Center number 32, Dickie Backman. At guard number 14, Johnny Abarientos. At guard number 6, Jojo Lastimosa. Forward number 16, Renee Hawkins. Forward number 3, Kenny Battle. Starting for Swiss Mighty Meaty Hot Dogs. At center number 44, Ronnie Tompkins. At guard number 8, Al Solis. Guard number 16, Taroy Alvarillo. Forward number 48, Adel Mosquera. Forward number 18, Belen Meneses.
Okay, the toss and tap at center. Battle against Ronnie Tompkins. Not very many surprises in the starting lineups, Noli.
Well, that's true, except for probably for Cadel Mosqueda as we take a look at the starting fives of both teams. Mosqueda, of course, inserted in the starting lineup mainly for defensive purposes here against Kenny Battle.
And when you talk of the Alaska Five, they have not very many players to start with. They've got only 8 men on the bench right now. The referees for this ball game: Ledesma, Dedios, and Ilagan. Lastimosa, short stab, trickles in for 2.
Well,
basket by Jojo.
The other surprise here, Ronnie, is Dickie Backman. Of course, as you said, there are a lot of injuries to the big men of Alaska, and that's why Dickie Backman, maybe Giselle Angeles, and even Nani De Mejillo will be seeing a lot of minutes today.
Yeah, yes, as a matter of fact, Tim Cohn was in the PBA office before the game began, and he was telling June Bernardino, I might just have 7 men, have to see Nandi Garcia up, but he won't be able to play, just to make the 8 required by the rules. Okay, Tompkins is fouled as he goes to the hoop. Possible 3-point play for Ronnie Tompkins. He had a decent game against Purefoods, but he was not overpowering, was he?
That's true. Well, even Vergel Meneses and Nelson Azaitono had off games that day, and that's why some skeptics were starting to say maybe Swift might be feeling a little of the pressure as well as the exhaustion that they went through or are going through even here in the semifinals right now.
Jojo Lastimosa being watched by Al Solis. Fakes, fires, missed the hoop completely. Tompkins to Meneses. This boy gives a lot of additional one-on-one opportunities for Swift, especially when they are applying the illegal defense rule very, very strictly. Well,
certainly. You know, Meneses is averaging about 68% from the field, Ronnie, and he does it not because he takes a lot of outside shots, but he slashes into the lane and gets a lot of easy baskets in the open floor.
On the Alaska end also, no, you probably agree that Kenny Battle has been playing better with every game.
Yes, that's right. Well, he's starting to gel with his team, and he's starting to get used also to the brand of play here, as well as the calls of the referees.
Great shot by Johnny Abarientos, continuing where he left off in the last game.
That's right. Well, Johnny Abarientos had a great game last Sunday. Certainly, if they had won, he would have been a easy candidate for best player of that game.
And this little guy pulls up the defensive rebounds against a much bigger and much taller man. Good call by the ref. He lost it off his feet.
Well, you know, Johnny Abarientos gives that added dimension of a point guard coming off the rebounds. He has great timing. He just times his jump well. He knows how to position. He knows where the ball will land. And he has very good court sense.
As far as the Swift team is concerned, the acquisition of Alvarillo, I think, has greatly helped. It enables Al Solis to sometimes play off guard.
And even Rudy Distrito, who has really also picked up his game as we take a look at Cadel Mosqueda hitting a corner jumper.
5-4 is the count in favor of Swift. 9:53 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, Ronnie, another guy who's missing is Coach Yeng Guiao. It's Assistant Coach Nadurata who's taking over Swift right now.
Sometimes affectionately referred to as Congressman Nadurata. Albarillo won't go. Menezes for the rebound. He's pushing on Kenny Battle. Foul number 1 on Menezes. Offensive foul off the boards, going for that rebound.
Well, that was a clear call. Good call by referee De Jos. 9 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the first. It's a 1-point game. Swift on top.
Must say something about the referees. They have officiated particularly competently in this elimination round at the start of the semifinals so far.
Well, I might add, they've been very consistent, I must say. Except for a few lapses, they've really taken control of this elimination and semifinal rounds.
Nice dish off by Ronnie Hawkins to Battle coming down the baseline, and he scores. 6-5 seesaw battle. Alaska up. Near steal by Kenny Battle. Yes, completed by Hawkins. Back to Battle. He's fouled. Gets a 3-point play. Good move by Kenny Battle there. Solis fouled him, but not early enough to prevent the basket. So it's a 3-point play, and Alaska is looking good early in this ball game.
Yeah, here's Kenny Battle off the dribble. Solis trying to stop him. Battle just too strong for the little man. And Battle getting the 2 points plus a foul. Battle averages about 3 steals per ball game. Ranks among the tops among the imports. And certainly he is showing right now why he gets a lot of steals. He anticipates the passing lanes very well.
But he misses on the free throw. Actually, his reputation in the NBA for steals is also a particularly good one. Albarillo on the outside, gets away from Abrientos. Forces the shot, almost intercepted. Recovered by Teroy Albarillo. Swift moving the ball around. Menezes cuts inside, goes up against Backman, won't go. Recovered by Abrientos. Pushing the ball up quickly. He may go all the way. He's blocked by Albarillo. Lost to the end line by Lastimosa. He was in two minds that time.
That's right. Well, Johnny Abrientos didn't really know what he was going to do with the ball. He wanted to pass at the first instance, but then he saw Lastimosa covered. He tried to take the shot. He was covered, and then he gave up the pass again.
Tompkins almost loses it, gets it up, and a 3-second violation is going to be called on him. Good call by referee Ledesma.
That's going to be an important defensive play for Alaska. They've got to triple team, double team Ronnie Tompkins to force him to give up the ball, including Virgel Menezes. I think they have to force Menezes to give up the ball, especially when Menezes plays the wings.
Except only Ronnie Tompkins passes well.
Well, he's one of the leaders among the imports in terms of assists, and certainly he knows how to look for the open man. But you know, the other important reason for Tompkins' numbers in assists is because
good play.
Well, his teammates have been looking for the open space on the floor.
Battle drew the defense, passed off at the very last minute to Buck when he hit the basket. Good move, good play. 10-5 is the count. Solis goes inside, charging in, his foul.
Could go against Ronnie or Kenny Battle.
An 8-2 run by Alaska gives them a 10-5 lead. First foul by Kenny Battle. Sends Solis to the stripe. 10-5 is the count, 7:50 remaining in the first quarter. Still looking around for Jimmy Javier. Probably caught in the traffic or the floods.
Well, it was really heavy around the Cuneta Astrodome, Ronnie, including all the way back to Quezon City.
Solis hits 2 for 2 from the stripe. It's a 10-7 count. Elmer Younger just walks in. He called up from EDSA saying he was caught in the traffic, but he's just arrived.
So is Yoyo Villamin.
He's not likely to see action today. Abrientos, great fake. Whoa, what a shot! Johnny boy, what a shot! Against Ronnie Tompkins.
I like to call this guy the Flash. He really moves quickly and he can release that ball without anyone getting interference. Albarillo hitting a 3-point shot as Abrientos lag behind on defense.
That's his first 3-point shot of the ball game. 12-10 is the count.
You know, that's what Albarillo brings to the Swift Ball Club. He shoots 48% from the 3-point range, and that opens up the low post for them.
Hawkins, good move. Nice pass by Jojo Lastimosa.
By that time, Albarillo turned his back on Renee Hawkins. Thus, no one defending against the big man. Hawkins will be expected to play a lot of minutes here, as he is really the sole big man for Coach Tim Cone today.
Mosqueda jumps into Menezes. It won't go. Battle and Hawkins. They almost lost it, but Johnny Abrientos recovers. Battle against Mosqueda. Goes inside. Nice move. Foul is going to be called, and Battle will go to the strike. He had to change his shot a little when he saw Tompkins in front of him.
Well, he heard the whistle, so he wanted to get a 3-point play. But when Ronnie Tompkins came out from nowhere, he threw up just a wild shot to hopefully get the basket.
Well, Mosqueda is being pulled out. Zaldi Real will be coming in for him. And so is Rudy Distrito.
Perhaps for Alvarez. No, Solis will be.
Solis. Solis takes a breather. Distrito is another one of those players who gives so much fire to the Swift offense, especially one-on-one penetrations.
Well, the added dimension of Distrito's game is his assists, Ronnie. He averages 4 assists per ball game for the Swift Ball Club. Second best among in this team as we take a look at Dondon Ampalayo.
Yes, Tim Cohn was saying some great things about Dondon just before the game.
Well, you know,
16-10.
Certainly it will be a joy to see Dondon Ampalayo wear the red shirts of Alaska. He will bring poise to this team, Ronnie.
And it'll bring a lot of popularity too.
Oh,
they can do with a few more fans. With Barrientos, Lastimosa, Hawkins and Ampalayo.
Even Cardell.
Yes. Good steal by Battle again. They're running the break. Hawkins goes all the way.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, yes. Bachman takes a shot, but Tompkins is guilty of goaltending. A timeout is called. 16-10 is the count. Back to Stadium.
Timeout 6, Mikey.
5:23 remaining in the first quarter, 18-12 count. Alaska leading, and they're playing well in the early stages of this first half.
Well, Barrientos has picked off 2 steals already here in the second quarter. Tompkins, of course, started the scoring here in the second period. Lastimosa with a jumper that's strong.
Tompkins rebounds against Barrientos. Quick to the Menezes. He floats inside. A blocking foul called on Dickie Bachman, and the basket is counted. Possible 3-point play for Menezes.
Yeah, that's certainly no way to stop Menezes. You've got to
come. Second foul on Bachman, sir.
That's right. You've got to come close to Menezes from way out before he gets up airborne, because once he's airborne, it's going to be very difficult to stop him, as he can hang in the air for a very long time.
He's got 2 points in the game so far. Now he gets his third. Everybody on the Alaska side scored before that first time out, and now Menezes is the first one to score after a drought on the Swift side.
It's just a 3-point game from a high of 8 here.
Lastimosa inside to Hawkins. Short stab, won't go. Distrito for the rebound. He loses it to Hawkins. He puts it up and in. Good double teaming there. As Distrito got the rebound, Barrientos and Hawkins pounced on him. Barrientos forced him to lose the ball.
That's about the third time Barrientos has done that in this ball game. Hawkins, of course, a big help from on Coach Tim Cohn's side, averaging almost 17 points per game. Another turnover here.
Bad pass by Tompkins, a little too high for Zaldi Real Lubit. 20-15, 5-point lead for Alaska. 4:24 remaining in this first quarter.
Fast-paced first quarter, Ronnie.
Yes, El Mayanga joining Coach Nadurat in trying to help solve the problems of the team right now. Battle goes one-on-one. Nice move. Oh, yes. Gets away from Real Lubit, went down the baseline, left him behind.
Well, Real Lubit was expecting him to go to the middle. That time he went to the baseline, used his quickness.
Asaitono in the game for the first time. A holding foul is going to be called on Bachman. That'll be foul number 3, and that's going to hurt.
And Bachman yelling offense as he was hoping for an offensive foul.
Yes. He was backing off a little, watch it, but he was holding. He stretched his arm forward, and Tim Cohn was showing him just how to do it.
That's the difference with the Bachman, let's say, and Benjamin, who can position well, take the charge, and really force the referees to call an offensive foul.
So team has to make a change. He's bringing in Josel Angeles for Bachman. And here comes Yeng Guiao, and a worried look on Nadurato's face. Not to worry much longer. The coach is here. He'll take all the blame. Tompkins, nice move. Oh yes.
Well, that's the overpowering move that you talk about. Ronnie Tompkins has done that so many times in this Commissioner's Cup.
I was talking to him before the game, before he came out. He said his hand is still a little swollen and aching. He doesn't want to push it too much.
Well, he's certainly not showing it, Ronnie.
Yes. He's a powerful player. Foul call on Distrito trying to stop Barrientos. Now the two coaches, the head coach and the assistant in a little conversation there, Royal Nadurata and Yeng Guiao. Yeng Guiao has coached particularly well. But when you have a talented team like this, you don't really need to coach that much.
That's the luxury that he has together with Chot Reyes, of course.
Yes. Double team. Oh, Barrientos blocked by Real Lubit, picked up by Lastimosa. Barrientos, 6 seconds on the shot clock, won't go. Last touch, Hawkins, Swift will keep.
Well, a while back we saw Yeng Guiao and Coach Nadurata discussing maybe Nadurata's trying to say this is what happened in the first quarter.
Fancy move, won't go, battle with the rebound, and he's coming, racing up the front court.
Oh, yes.
He went for the dunk against Tompkins, was fouled. He'll go to the 4.5-meter line.
But did you see the strides of Kenny Battle? He was just moving like a gazelle there.
Okay, timeout called by Tim Comm, 22-17, Alaska in front. We'll be back with this exciting ball game in just a little while. 23-17 is the count. Battle has 9 points. He's made 3 out of 4 now, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. 2:58 remaining in this first quarter.
7-point game here.
Noli Alaska has been in control all the way so far in this first quarter.
Well, that's because they've forced Swift to a lot of turnovers and, of course, control the tempo. Meneses inside, getting the basket.
Great move by Jorge Meneses. It's floated in the air for just a second. But the foul on Lastimosa, possible 3-point play. That's the first foul on Jojo.
And again, the ability of Tompkins to give up a good pass. Meneses getting it very close to the basket in scoring position, and now Meneses for the 3-point play. 5
team fouls for each of the 2 teams. Meneses makes a 3-point play.
Well, Meneses only scored, I think, 8 points last Sunday, Ronnie, so certainly he'd like to come up with a big game today.
Nobody really scored in that game last Sunday. Hawkins, good move. Nice fake. Yes. 26-20, 2:28 to go in the first quarter. Good move by Renee Hawkins against Ronnie Tompkins.
Well, Hawkins is not a guy who's going to be intimidated by the shot blocking ability of Ronnie Tompkins.
Saiton on the outside, lobs it inside to Tompkins. Tompkins, ball batted away by Battle, but Angeles was a little too slow to try and get to it.
You know, one of the strengths, Ronnie, is their ability to create mismatches on the floor, and I think the Saitono-Angeles matchup is something that they're going to pounce on today.
6 seconds of the shot clock. Distrito in the corner, goes for a 3. In and out. Battle, big rebound. Picked up by Hawkins, quickly to Barrientos. Alaska pushing the ball up quickly. Bounce pass to Angeles. He'll go all the way. Ball hammered away. Picked up by Tompkins. Now Swift is running in the opposite end. Distrito misses. Ball batted out by Angeles, says referee Ledesma.
Partly helped by our cameraman right there. Some numbers in the steals. Alaska 4 against Swift 1. 2 of those came from the hands of Johnny Barrientos. And turnovers, look at the big advantage. Swift already with 7 in this ball game, only 3 for Alaska.
Tompkins takes a one that is a little too long for him, not his usual distance.
That's not his range. Good pass.
Oh, good move. That time Tompkins backed off at the last minute. He let Battle take the ball to the hoop.
Well, the other thing there was Ronnie Tompkins came from the other end of the floor and he tried to come up with a good defensive stand. Another steal by Barrientos. Lastimosa
was fouled. No question about that one. But the referee didn't call it. Distrito is blocked by Battle. Picked up by Real Lubit. 3 seconds for sure.
And you know, you can see the defensive intensity of Alaska, Ronnie. They want to win this ball game.
That's what makes this team such a good competitive team. They're down in terms of numbers. They got 8 men on the bench, 8 or 9 men on the bench. Not all of them particularly healthy, but they play tough defensive. That keeps them in the game.
You know, I think one of the things that you can benefit this Alaska team is they're well prepared coming into a ball game. They know how to play a team, particularly, and certainly they're doing it right now against Swift.
Solis fouls double Abarientos. That is foul number 2 on Al Solis. You know, that's the tribute we must pay Tim Cohn. He comes into a game particularly well prepared, and he maximizes what little talent he has got on the bench, taking into consideration injuries and so on.
Well, Abarientos was just replaced by Jun Reyes.
Now, he's played some quality minutes all this elimination round.
Well, you know, Jun Reyes is the team captain of this team, and he likes to lead by example, and certainly he has not committed a lot of errors, and I think that's good enough for this ball club.
Battle waits for the double team. He's fouled. And let's see who's going to call the foul going to be called on. Is it going to be Solis or is it going to be Real Lubit? Foul on Real Lubit.
There's that hand by Real Lubit right on the...
That's his first.
Arm, yes.
101 to go, 28-20. Alaska by 8. Their biggest lead of the ball game so far. There's the battle. Battle. Fakes. Now shoots. Looping shot. Won't go. Big rebound by Verhel Meneses. Quickly to Solis. He pushes the ball up to Asaitora. He goes charging in against Angeles. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. He's fouled. Reaching in foul on Tompkins.
But that was great defense on the part of Josel Angeles. He just stayed right in the path of Asaitora. He fell as Asaitora was charging in. And Solis will be called for his 3rd personal foul.
It was not Tompkins. Now that can hurt Swift because Solis is a leader in the backcourt. He's the guy who hits the big 3-point shots that brings the team into a game or puts a game away.
Well, Solis averages 16 points a game, Ronnie, and certainly those numbers are impressive for a guy who plays with such a powerful pass.
Battle makes the first free throw. That gives him 13 points, and the Alaska lead moves up to 9, 29 to 20. 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Kenny Battle, a lefty. Okay, with a big reputation. Not spectacular, but very, very solid. Hits the second free throw. It's a 10-point lead for Alaska. Solis with 3 fouls. Gets across the midcourt line. Swift in penalty situation. Alaska has 5 fouls. Lobbed inside. Stolen by Battle. Long lead pass to Jojo. Lastimosa. He settles down. Out to Battle. He takes a 3-point shot. Yes! And he's happy with himself.
And this is the biggest lead of Alaska. 13 points, Ronnie.
33 to 20. 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Real Lubit. Out to Solis. Solis takes a quick look at the shot clock. Goes charging inside. Banks the shot. Won't go. Picked up by Angeles. Quickly to Jun Reyes.
Still
2
time
seconds
here.
left. Oh. He picks it up. Throws it up. Won't go. End of an exciting first quarter. Alaska up 33 to 20. Only a big first quarter for Alaska, 33 to 20. They took it by 13.
Well, the reason for that, Ronnie, has really been the defensive intensity of Alaska. They have only allowed 1 shot at a time for Swift, as well as shutting down the penetrations of the Swift. And an offensive foul here against Bong Hawkins.
Referee Lagan calls an offensive foul. Tim Cohn is protesting vehemently. That's the first foul on Hawkins. Take a look at that.
There's that sidestep of Hawkins, and Asaitora seemed like he was stationary right there. Could have been a touch and go thing.
Real Lubit blocked deflected by Battle. Real Lubit reaching in foul from behind, and he fouls Angeles. Nothing going right for Swift at this stage.
Well, you know, you can see that every shot that's being put up by Swift is being challenged by Alaska, and that's one of the keys, I think, to their defense right now. As we take a look at Mosqueda returning to the game,
he started off well.
Yes, look at the numbers in the fast break. Alaska 10, Swift nothing, and you know, commonly that is because of good rebounding, and usually you give the edge to Swift.
Illegal defense is going to be slapped on Cadel Mosqueda, I think. Let's see. Referee Ledesma and Oh, it was Meaties who got the illegal defense call, and Solis has a little conversation with referee by Ledesma. Doesn't change anything. 13-point lead for Alaska. 11-16 in the second quarter. They are playing particularly well. Jojo against Meaties.
There's that isolation there.
Throws the ball backward. He got a little bump. Solis picks it up. Solis against Chot Reyes. Goes up, fires, won't go. And now this is that's a funny call. The referee Lagan was on the other side of the court. He made the call. Ledesma was right in front of the play. Didn't make the call.
Well, look at this play. Your call.
No call.
Well, referee Lagan was right behind Chot Reyes, and he didn't see the angle that Solis was putting up the shot. He saw Reyes' hand covering the arm of Solis, and he felt that it was a touched. He touched the arm of Solis, so there was the call. And, well, as they say, the ball doesn't tell a lie.
He missed the first free throw. Second free throw by Solis coming up 33-20. No change in the count. 11-3 to go in the second quarter. Second free throw by Solis is good.
Well, remember, Alaska also had a big lead against Shell, except that they lost it in the fourth quarter. So Alaska has been playing particularly well here in the semifinals.
Much of the way in any ball game.
That's right.
Maybe the numbers on the bench hurts them in the end game. Battle. Out to Hawkins. He's in the corner, gets a screen from Angeles, fires, won't go. Picked up by Solis. He's trying to push it up quickly. Tompkins picks up the lead pass. He goes against Angeles. He's fouled. Makes the basket. And he's going to get a 3-point play.
There was no way Angeles could have stopped Ronnie Tompkins on the move. And certainly he did not have to give up the foul. Watch this play again.
Yes. Alaska needs to call timeout. Swift is coming back. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Brian.
Yeah. Ask them to check on Battle. Coach Tim Cohen has some bad news. He just had to pull out Kenny Battle. Apparently he's got a groin injury, Noli, and Coach Cohen had to pull him out.
Could have gotten a knee right there in the thigh area. And Nani Demahilio checked in for him, Ronnie.
Now this is really going to hurt because he's had a great game. Lastimosa's shot is deflected. Aside on a long lead pass to Meneses. He fires and makes it.
Pinpoint passing by Swift here, and they're really moving closer to Alaska now. They're down by 7. There you see Kenny Battle being attended to.
Yes, that's hurting. And with him on the bench, Alaska is hurting. Nani Demahilio from the corner won't go. Yes, good move by Renee Hawkins. Nice position.
Bon Hawkins trying to carry the team on his back here as the sole big man. There's that lob pass. Tompkins will get to it, but there will be a foul.
Foul is going to be called on Nani Demahilio. That's his first. 35-26 is the count. 9:44 to go. Terry Saldana is coming in now for Cadel Mosqueda. Saldana has played 2 back-to-back games that were real dandies. And he got crucial baskets, and he's done most what the coach expected of him.
This guy is a silent operator, but he brings a lot of strength, a lot of poise to this team. Menes is getting a basket off the glass.
35-28, lead is down to 7, 9:30 to go in the second quarter. Alaska still fighting to protect that 7-point lead with Battle on the bench. Hawkins gets away, nice move, yes. Gets away from Asaitono. Asaitono gambled, tried to go for a steal.
And he admitted it as he was pointing to himself to Coach Guiao. Solis getting the ball from the outside here.
Reyes quickly picks him up. Asaitono forces his way in. There goes the bull move.
And now that Kenny Battle is not anymore in the ball game, certainly Swift's confidence is starting to get back here as they're taking the shots much closer to the basket.
And they're going to try to hammer Alaska inside.
Oh, yes. They're going to try to force the fouls on the Alaska players and hope that their bench cannot afford to play here.
Hawkins against Asaitono. Hook shot. Won't go. Rebound Hawkins. Or rather, Tompkins. Quickly to Solis. Meneses. One-on-one against Lastimosa. Jump shot. Nice and clean. 37-32.
Difficult to block that shot as Meneses takes it right at the peak of his jump. Lead is down to 5 from a high of 13.
8:25 remaining in the second quarter. 12-4 run, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Nanu Demahilio.
And you know, those are the fouls that they can't afford. They only have, as you said, a couple of players on the bench. Demahilio picking up his second there. You see that shoulder being extended by Demahilio.
And Battle is back in the ball game. He's ready to wage war.
Well, you know, especially in the semifinals, you've got to also afford some pain here.
Saitona watched by Demahilio. Long pass into the corner to Terry Saldana. Saldana against Hawkins. He wants to go one-on-one. Ball tapped from behind by Hawkins. Good defensive play by Bong Hawkins. Long lead pass to Lastimosa. Intercepted by Tompkins. Quickly to Meneses. Out to Solis. Up to Tompkins. He goes inside. Floats inside. Lays up with the left hand. 37-34. The lead is down to 3. Alaska getting a little rattled now as Swift is picking up the tempo of their game.
Well, certainly Johnny Abarientos should return to the ball game. You know, Abarientos controlled the tempo for Alaska for a long time. Jun Reyes has committed a couple of mistakes here. Reyes with a jumper that's short.
Tompkins picks it up, quickly out to Solis. Long lead pass to Asaitono. He charges in, throws a bad pass. It's a turnover. Coach Cohn heard you. He's sending in Johnny Abarientos back into the game, pulling out Jojo, sending in Jonadel Cardell.
Well, Lastimosa is being seated as he is obviously tired at this stage. He started out for Alaska and has not seen any rest till now.
7:20 remaining, 37-34. Alaska still up in front by 3. Hawkins top of the key. Inside to Battle. Last touch Battle. Battle is claiming that it was touched by Meneses. Ledesma says no way.
This time Solis will be replaced by Tero Alvarillo, who will be checking in for a quicker defense against Abarientos. There you see the numbers in the fast break. Alaska now with nothing to show as against 8 points for Swift.
Complete reversal of that first quarter.
Well, you know, the reason for that is because now Swift is beginning to control the boards.
Tough shot by Meneses. Double team. He still put it up. It went in. 37-36 is a 1-point ball game.
You know, that's the problem when you bring in John Cardell for Lastimosa. Of course, Cardell much smaller against Meneses, and he is going to have a difficult time defending against Vergel.
14 points for Vergel Meneses. He started off very slowly, but now he's got going. Battle gets away from Asaitono, blocked by Tompkins, picked up by Alvarillo. Lead pass to Asaitono. Oh, great steal by Abarientos in the air. Long lead pass to Battle. He puts it up and in.
That's certainly a 4-point swing right there, and you should credit that basket to Abarientos. It was a 3-on-2 fast break. Abarientos broke up the fast break and came up with a good pass to Kenny Battle.
The fans really love this little guy. Tompkins gets away from Battle, puts it up and in.
Again, poor defense on the part of Nani Demahilio. He gave up the baseline, although he double teamed.
Bachman is being tapped to come in to replace Demahilio, I presume. Abarientos. Bounce pass to Battle. Battle double team. Puts it up anyway. Too long. Saldana to Alvarillo. Lead pass to Meneses. Meneses. Oh! Great defensive block by Jonadel Cardell in the air. These young boys from Alaska, they're playing really tremendously. Battle. Won't go. Tompkins to Asaitono. Here's a dunk. And with that dunk, 39-38, Swift down by 1, but they're up by 1, 40-39, charging back. Another magical move by Johnny Abarientos. For a second, Alaska was down by 1. It was only the second time in the ball game that Swift led, but Johnny Abarientos quickly changed that picture. Now he steals again. Bounce pass to Cardell. Cardell in the corner. Fakes. Throws it out to Johnny. He settles it down. Abarientos. Oh, gets away. Beautiful move. Yes. This boy is simply exciting.
You know, every time he touches the ball,
Something's going to happen.
The fans know that something will happen. And Johnny Albarrientos has really led this Alaska ball.
Almost another steal. Swiping the ball from behind. 43-40. 4:32 to go in the second quarter. Alaska by 3. Menezes inside to Tompkins. Batted out by Battle. Picked up by Cardell. Fouled by Eric Reyes.
You know, that was what Alaska was doing in the first quarter. They were playing the passing lanes very well. There you see Kenny Battle having a hand on the ball. Cardell anticipating it, getting the loose ball and getting fouled by Eric Reyes.
One of the assets of Kenny Battle, and the Stateside magazine said this, was his quick hands. Cardell jumps, won't go. Rebound to Saldana. Quickly to Alvarillo. In the corner to Reyes. Reyes against Bachman. Fakes. In and out. Rebound Battle. Won by Hawkins. Out to Albarrientos. He leaves Tompkins sprawling behind.
That's why I like to call him the Flash. Albarrientos with a jumper.
Yes! He got bumped, but he still took the shot and made it. 45-40.
6 straight points by Albarrientos. They were down by 1 during or before the timeout of Alaska, and now they're on top by 5.
3:40 to go. Tompkins, he's double teamed. He goes inside against Battle.
Another steal.
Picked up by Alvarillo. He jumps short one won't go. Picked up by Cardell. Long lead pass to Albarrientos. Albarrientos zigzags his way. Goes inside.
And the ball will remain with Alaska as referee Ilagan rules. Tompkins handling it last.
Albarrientos. Inbounding bounce pass, but he's intercepted by Reyes. He read that one very well. Out to Alvarillo. Alaska defense is also very good at coming down quickly.
That's traveling.
Traveling, good call. Let's all join Ana Amigo in welcoming the newest member of the PBA family, Bianca Micaela Menezes. Koya knickknacks at the break.
Some facts here. Swift has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes ever since Johnny Albarrientos started to make his magic or weave his magic on the floor. A foul will be called on Teroy Alvarillo.
Yes. Hawkins got the ball. He was double teamed. He passed to the cutting Cardell. Cardell was fouled and he'll go to the stripe for 2. This is another young man with a great future. Very exciting player. Nice young man. He does some exceptional things.
Well, must get a little more confident with his ability to shoot. Of course, he can create a lot of shots. He's very athletic, and certainly he's a guy who will contribute well off the bench for Coach Tim Cohn.
Great leaping ability too.
Oh yes.
45-40 is the count. Alaska by 5. 3 and 6 to go in the second quarter. Second free throw is good. Lead is up to 6.
So Alaska settling down here after that big blast by Swift at the start of the second period.
Tompkins way out. Saldana cuts, doesn't get the pass. Tompkins decides to take a 3. Won't go. Rebound. Alvarillo lost it. Swift is down by 6, 2:50 to go. Yeng decides it's time to call a timeout. .250 to go in the second quarter, 46-40. Alaska playing with a great deal of intensity, up by 6, and this is turning out to be a pretty exciting ball game. Jimmy Javier, where are you?
What are you doing? I'm enjoying your company, Ronnie.
Well, I'm enjoying yours too, except that this is a tiring business. And as my good friend Seb Sarmenta listening in says, intensity. Mr. Bobong is watching. Tompkins picks up the inbound. Short step. In and out. Battle. Quickly to Albarrientos. Harassed by Alvarillo. Gets away from him. Goes down the baseline. He's blocked. Picks up the loose ball. Moves outside. Fancy pass to Angel as he flips. He fires and he makes it. 48-40.
That's the nice thing with a small guy. Even if you get blocked, you know, it doesn't really hurt your pride. But
yes,
if you get a shot over a big man, then certainly that will hurt the big man's pride.
And it warms their hearts. Alvarillo. Looks the shot won't go, that for sure. Unfortunately, Angel has lost it at the end line. He's angry with himself, but he's playing with sufficient intensity to be a factor. 9-0 run by Alaska.
You know, Alaska's starting to move well with their feet, and that's why their defensive
Tim Cohn is
have
questioning
been good.
something.
I I think it's possession of the ball that he's questioning.
Okay. Saldana inside to Tompkins. He lost it. Picks it up. Goes in against Batman and scores.
Look at the way he weaves, or he weaved himself through the traffic. Tompkins getting another basket. Lead is down to 6 here. Oh, Cardell is all alone, but the pass is deflected.
By Meneses. Out to Albarillo. He jumps one. Won't go. Saldana picks up the ball. He's blocked by Cardell.
Well, John Cardell has been playing well, helping out his teammates, especially underneath.
Hawkins and Jojo Lastimos are going to come in.
Is he eager or what?
He's he's dying to come into this ball game, Don Nampalayo. Tim Con told me before the game, he practiced yesterday. He made some of the moves that made him the magic man.
Yeah, we heard that a while back, and certainly, you know, Don Nampalayo is a guy who will put a lot of leadership into this ball club.
Tompkins goes in. Oh, what a move by Ronnie Tompkins.
Beautiful move.
He took 3 men into the air and then swung around and hit a reverse shot. 48-44.
So now Tompkins is taking matters into his own hands right now.
He's a winner, Ronnie Tompkins. Aborientos gets away. He's fouled.
You know, Albarillo's a step too slow for Johnny Aborientos, and if help defense will not come around, watch this play. Just a step behind. Aborientos, the flash leaving him behind.
The moment before you can even mention the name Johnny, he's gone.
Oh, yes.
Johnny fires across and makes it. You don't have to say Johnny be good, he is good.
Johnny good.
Yeah.
Aborientos averages 16 points. Can you imagine this? 4 rebounds, Ronnie, for a small guy, a point guard.
Second free throw is also good. 50-44, 6-point lead. 1:25 to go in this first half. Tompkins against Battle. They're pushing and they're shoving. Reyes takes the long one, won't go. Rebound foul is going to be called on Saldana, leaning over the back of Renee Hawkins. That's his first foul.
You know, Bong Hawkins has done a great job here in the first half. He has hardly seen any rest, and he has really held his own against the big men of Swift, even if they've been like being shuffled around here. In the meantime, Eric Reyes is now relieved by Nelson Asaitono. Reyes has not really been able to hit the shot from the outside here.
You know, one other thing about Bong Hawkins is he positions himself very well with the defensive boards. That's why Saldana was forced to come over the back and commit that foul.
He's a wide body that really doesn't jump too high, but he knows how to position and he knows how to time his jump.
He's been a good trade for Alaska.
Oh yes, he's really lifted his team, especially with the injuries that has plagued Alaska.
Jojo Lastimos against Meneses, his double team, out to Hawkins. He fakes, gets away, fires, won't go. Tompkins for the rebound. Out to Albarillo. Alaska protecting a 6-point lead with 49 seconds to go in this first half. Meneses picks up the lob pass inside. He's against Jojo. Batted out from behind by Aborientos.
Oh, look at it. Look at the big small man.
He was down on the ground, but he was still able to force a jump.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious me. Look at that boy.
He stripped the ball, then he slips, but he was still able to get to the ball and held on to that.
With a little help from some friend who can jump into the fray. So it's going to be Aborientos against Albarillo. That's a nice matchup. 40.8 seconds remaining. 50-44, Alaska by 6. One by Hawkins. Angeles against Tompkins. He was harassed. Didn't go out to Meneses. Meneses against Battle. He jumped one. That won't go. Battle again picks it up. 24 seconds to go. They have time for one last shot. Battle making the sign to Aborientos to run the clock. They want to run an isolation, I think, for Hawkins.
Or maybe for Johnny.
This against Albarillo. Headed shoulder fake. Out to Battle. Battle takes a 3-point shot. Won't go. Rebound Angeles. He goes inside. Looks like he was fouled. No call. Long lead pass. Tompkins cannot beat the buzzer. End of the first half. Alaska 50-40.